Hey, what's up you fucking nerds? Welcome to the Avengenerd. If you've seen my channel before, you know that I typically dedicate my videos to comedic entertainment related to firearms. So I typically don't do reviews because there's so many videos like that out there, and to be honest, there are more people with more experience and better knowledge with certain firearms than I do. But every now and then I will do a review video because I run into something unique or something that I really like that I must share with you. A few months ago, I did share a video about my SCAR 20, mainly because of the uniqueness being that it was in Western Viper Camo. Now to this day, I still haven't seen anybody on YouTube do a video about this particular SCAR 20, so I thought I'd do a quick update video because I finally put an optic on it. And to be honest, part of the reason why it took me so long to get an optic on this rifle is because I don't shoot a lot of 6.5 Creedmoor, and I've also dedicated more of my time and money purchasing other firearms for my collection, such as this 509 with the Trijicon RMR. I also recently purchased a CZ Scorpion in OD Green with the SB Tactical Brace. And last but not least, we have the PTR 32 chambered in 7.62x39, and this has the Primary Arms GLX Prism Scope. Okay, so before I show you the SCAR 20, I did want to fulfill a request because I have had quite a few reach out to me and ask me if I could show the statues that are always in the background of my videos. I'm not going to show you all the statues throughout this room just because there's too many and that's going to take too long, so that's not the point of this video, but I will take a few seconds to show you my quarter scale ones. So all the statues that are on these shelves are quarter scale, starting with the Mark 42 Iron Man. We also have the Lady Deadpool and Dr. Doom. These three are all by Sideshow. As a matter of fact, the only one on these shelves that aren't through Sideshow is the Iron Patriot, and this one's through Gentle Giant Studios. It's actually a little bit smaller. Second shelf, we've got Carnage, also by Sideshow, and as you can see, I have first appearance of Carnage signed by Stan Lee and Mark Bagley. I got that at Comic-Con in 2017. Spider-Man, the Doc Ock base. Here we have one of my favorites, Magneto. Going to the bottom here, we've got Punisher and Deadpool. That Deadpool one's actually probably my second favorite. Here we got Captain America. And last but not least, we've got the Red Skull. Alright nerds, so here she is, the SCAR 20 chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and we have it in Western Viper Camo. The MSRP on this rifle is going to be about $3,999 depending on who your dealer is and what you pay your state in taxes. As for the optic, we have a Vortex Viper PST Gen 2, and this has the MRAD reticle in 5x25x50 using a 30mm tube. So let's take a closer look at some of the features. Starting with the stock, we have a fully adjustable butt pad, and you can adjust that to your comfort. Also the cheek riser, depending on how you like your optic, you can also adjust to your comfort. You'll be happy to find that all 20s come factory with a rubber Hogue grip, as well as a Super SCAR Geisley trigger. As you can see, not a lot of take up, and a very crisp break at about 3 pounds. The reset is really good as well. As you can expect, one of the many complaints SCARs have always had is that they do have reciprocating charging handles. Whether or not that bothers you, that's on you. Doesn't really bother me. But I do have an angled foregrip for comfort, and so that I can always have the same placement of my hand and not worry about catching it on that charging handle. You're also going to get the typical quad rails that you'll find in any SCAR, as well as the gas block for those of you that like to run it suppressed. Also factory on the 20s is the muzzle device, and this is a Surefire Pro Comp, which I haven't had the pleasure of firing yet, but if it's anything like the muzzle brakes that come on the other SCARs, I'm sure I won't be disappointed. As I mentioned earlier, I have a Viper PST Gen 2. I wouldn't necessarily consider this a budget optic, coming in right around $1,000. Part of my reasoning for going with a bit of a cheaper scope on this rifle is because, as I mentioned previously, I don't shoot a lot of 6.5 Creedmoor, especially right now since it's very expensive to shoot. So it didn't make sense to spend $2,000 on a Night Force or something of that nature. But overall, I've been very happy with Vortex in the past. Based on the reviews and videos I've seen of people using this similar scope, it is a viable option for a 6.5 Creedmoor. I also went with the Leopold 30mm mount. For those of you familiar with the Vortex ones, they do have the screws on the charging handle side so I have busted my knuckle a few times on those. Looking through the scope on camera doesn't really do it justice. You really have to look through this in person in order to appreciate the glass quality. A nice feature about this optic is that it also comes with an illuminated reticle. As for the turrets, they are very crisp and audible. And we have the parallax adjustment that goes from 25 all the way up to 500 and infinity. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think this rifle is pretty sexy. I don't regret not getting the FDE. I think it's pretty unique. And to be honest, I'll probably end up getting the FDE in the future anyway. And just so you guys can get a feel for the scale of these firearms, I do have my SCAR 17 here with the buttstock fully extended. And here they are side by side, so hopefully the camera is catching those okay. And some good news coming to my channel is I finally got a SCAR 16 to complete the trifecta of my SCAR collection. The only reason why I don't have it with me now is because I left it with my dealer hoping that an FDE one will come in. As you can see, I already have a 17 in black, and then I have the 20 in Western Viper Camo, so I'm hoping I can get a 16 in FDE. But if that doesn't happen soon, it's not that big of a deal. I might just go pick up the 16 and bring it home. That way I can finally officially complete my collection. I will say that SCARs can get pretty pricey though. I mean, the 20 alone with the optic costs more than all of my dogs. This is Oksana, and she is an American Staffordshire, and she's the best behaved dog in the world, huh? And here we have Azazel, the Siberian Husky. Probably the best behaved husky in the world. Right, Azazel? Shake. Good girl, get the fuck out of here. Last but not least, this is Legion. She is an Alaskan Klekai, also known as a miniature husky. If you're curious how miniature, this is about as big as they get. But you can get the same amount of practicality and reliability from a higher end AR-15. So if you want to get a SCAR because it's a rifle that you've always wanted, just keep in mind that there is a bit of novelty involved with these firearms. Yes, they are accurate and they are extremely reliable, but you are going to pay top dollar just because it's a SCAR. But if money isn't a huge issue to you, then I say absolutely, they are 100% worth it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm the Avengenerd, and I'll see you next time we assemble. Peace.